Are you working at your desk?
No.
Oh. Hey, this is James Glass, and I'm here working on our tiny home, and it's an exciting, momentous moment because we have a temporary hot water heater. So, and I don't know if you can hear it on my phone video, but listen to the water. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, ultimately the house will be getting hot water by an on-demand unit, which is going to be framed in a wall that's not here yet. And I thought it'd be just great to have hot water. So I got this baby it's an 8-year-old unit I got off Craigslist for $50. I'll use it for a few months, and I'm sure I could pass it along to somebody else for $50. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about water heaters, and one of the things that this is missing, and I've got to go out to Lowe's and get, and some safety concerns about water heaters. I thought this would be kind of a fun video. But emotionally, oh my goosh, hot water, it's going to be great. The shower valve assemblies arrived, so I can install those in the shower. And yeah, man, we're joining the early 20th to mid 20th century with technology here. It's just fantastic. Okay, so hot water heater. So this is a 4,500 watt unit. It runs on a 30 amp breaker, which I have wired up to the sub panel, right? And my 200 amp panel, which feeds this, is on the other end of the house, but I have a sub panel just for the 2 bedrooms down here and the bathroom. It just so happens that my emergency backup heat are baseboard electric heaters, so I needed a 30 amp 2-pole breaker anyway with a 10-2 wire. So I went ahead. That's permanent. It's just that when I'm done with this water heater, I got the extra wire. I'll just run that over to the baseboard heater, so that's going to be super convenient. So the first thing is make sure that you have the appropriately sized breaker, and in this case a 30 amp 10-2 wire is appropriate for this water heater. The next thing that is super important about water heaters is, especially in using PEX, but really any installation, go get yourself some stainless steel, copper is okay too, flex lines. One, it allows you to, if this was a permanent installation, which it's not, but if it was a permanent installation, it allows you to have some flexibility in terms of how you're bringing your pipe. If you're sweating copper to this, it's, you got to put more effort into trying to sweat copper. The other thing is that you can't bring copper straight to these steel lines with a brass connector, but in this case you can. So if you were going to bring copper straight down to this unit, you don't want a galvanic reaction to form. And if you weren't going to use a flex line, you'd have to use a brass fitting between the galvanized steel and the copper. And so by using these 18-inch flex lines, you can bypass that. You don't have to put that brass intermediary in there. But in the case of PEX manufacturers recommend that you do not bring PEX any closer than 18 inches to the water heater anyway. So these are actually mandatory. So that's another thing. One thing that is missing, this is the pressure valve. If the pressure from the heated water in here builds up too much, this baby opens up and blows it off so the water heater doesn't become a bomb. It's extremely important to put a fitting here and run a pipe down to a drain that the hot water can blow away to. Because right now, if I was standing here and this was hot, it would blow all over me. I bought 3 3/4 inch. I bought 3 of these guys, which is a 3/4 inch PEX to 3/4 inch male fitting. Unfortunately, I grabbed them out of the box at Lowe's. Somebody had thrown a 3/4 by 1 in there, so I have to go return that and put the proper fitting in. So that's where we're going to go right now. Oliver and I are going to run out and we're going to do that. So it's very important to make sure that your pressure valve, because if it blows open, there will be scalding water in here and it will blow all over the face and chest or body of, if you're about the height of the water heater, you're going to take scalding water. You got to poop?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to finish this video and then I'll take you to poop. 1 second. And then actually what we should do is go get some lunch and we can go poop at the restaurant. Okay, hang on. Okay, I got to hurry because I got a pooper. So anyway, first, step 1, make sure you've got the right wire and breaker. And step 2, make sure you've got especially if you're using PEX, 18-inch flex line. Step 3, make sure that this runs down to a drain, so if it blows, it does not kill you. Step 4, make sure that you ground the chassis of the unit. So this is 10-2 wire. There's two 10-gauge conductors in here. The white one has been taped black just to indicate that it's conductor and not a return. But basically what happens is if you don't ground this and one of the conductors falls off and touches this, it will be live and you will get shocked and or worse. Worse is electrocuted. Step 3, this is your drain valve at the bottom. Make sure that it is not leaking. So because I got this unit off Craigslist for 50 bucks, I put this dry plate under there and it looks like it's just fine. So I think, kind of stressed here because I want to get the boy to poop, but I think that's all the big points. Make sure you got the right size breaker. Make sure you got the right size wire. Make sure it's grounded. Make sure that this goes down to a connection so if it blows it doesn't scald and give 3rd degree burns, 1st degree, I don't know, whatever the worst burns are to whoever's standing in front of it. And then make sure that if you run copper all the way down to this, that there's a brass fitting, or better yet, just use these stainless flex lines. Oh, and then one more thing. I like to put, at the very least, you got to put a shut-off valve to the cold water. I put a shut-off valve on both sides, so that if I ever had to isolate this unit, I can go ahead and just shut it off on both sides. Then none of the water will drain out, and it'll be fine. Hey, you ready to go poop?
Yes.
All right, baby, let's go poop.